Let's switch gears a little bit, if we can. Throughout these videos, we've really been talking about the inspiration behind the course here at Astor Creek Country Club. I'd like to ask you, Chris, what was the inspiration for you to get into golf course design?
Yeah, I don't know if I truly had an inspiration, at least when it started for me. It really for me has been an organic type of thing that's happened like throughout my career. It wasn't like I grew up as a kid, because I have a lot of people that do what I do, colleagues, that it was their passion since they were a kid. They drew golf holes, they played golf. That was not my upbringing. I grew up on a farm. I was artistic. I liked to draw. I knew I didn't want to work on the farm the rest of my life, so I tried to apply the artistic thing that I had. My dad was a golf course superintendent as well. He had a lot of connections within the golf industry. He helped me get this job within a golf course architecture firm that I actually started working at when I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
In high school. And I went to high school in the morning. I had this co-op type of thing. And then in the afternoon, I went to his office from like 12 to 5. And I did that my entire senior year of high school. And I kind of just fell into it. It was something that was cool. I could draw. I wasn't drawing a lot then because my primary jobs were picking up sticks in the yard, running errands, getting oil changes for my boss, just, the typical stuff that a grunt person does.
Right.
But I fell in love with like the profession or what was, golf course architecture, I guess. And I knew nothing about it going into it. I just liked to draw and knew that I wanted to be creative. So that was really how it happened. And then I studied landscape architecture in college, went back and worked for that person. And, now I have my own company, but it was really just, that evolution of my career and, going back to my love for the outdoors and, loving to draw and be creative.
So let me ask, and you said some people, like the day they figure out what they wanted to do, they've been inspired the whole time. For you, a little different journey, but what was one of your first, I guess, golf memories, whether working in it or just something, could have been the first time you played with your dad, who knows?
It goes back to my dad. I remember going with my dad because, again, he farmed part-time and he was a golf course superintendent. And I remember going to the golf course with him and like seeing what he did and like just being exposed to that. So those are like my early childhood memories, just being out there with him, on the machinery and just, seeing that side of golf. And I knew nothing about golf. I didn't play golf at that point. It was just exposure to it at then.
So after college, you went back where you were doing your grunt work and working, doing landscape architecture. What was the first, do you remember, what was the first course that you were involved with the design of?
Yeah, I do. I have like a fond memory. I was actually just telling someone the story about it. So I was 27 years old, had really, kind of worked my way up to the point where I could like take a project on myself. This project was located in East Tawas, Michigan, which is on Lake Huron, about 2/3 of the way up the state. The golf course wasn't on Lake Huron, but it was in East Tawas. Our company was super busy at the time, and so they asked me to go up and for the interview for this job. And I had only been working for this place for a short period of time, knew nothing about interviewing or what to do. Went up there, hit it off with the owner. They ended up hiring us to build this golf course, and it's on a really beautiful piece of property. Like, this is beautiful because of what we've created. This golf course was beautiful because of what God had created. It was just a natural, like, sandy piece of property that had trees. But it was a super cool experience because I got to see the full, like, process from start to finish with my boss kind of mentoring me. But it was a really cool experience for a really awesome client. And the other thing that was, I think, really fascinating about it is that we only spent $1.5 million to build the entire golf course, including, like, the pump station for the irrigation and the irrigation system and all that. And compared to like today, it's totally night and day difference.
You said that course was 97?
97, yeah, 97.
So in that span now, here we are, 2023, how many
Right.
courses in total do you think you've been estimating you've been involved with?
I think it's like close to 30 for like brand new golf courses, like from ground up, like this
Right.
one. I probably have done 15, maybe even 20, like this type of golf course where it's a residential community. I've probably been involved with 100 different like renovations, restorations, enhancements, improvements to existing golf courses. So my job is kind of always a blend of like new stuff, which is kind of rare right now, but I've been lucky. And then, just like an architect would do, help somebody with the existing home and
Sure.
improve that. So I do the same thing with, with existing golf courses.
All right. So very involved, doing a whole lot of things, a lot of different hats. What does a great day at work look like?
Just like
for
this
Chris?
right here.
This is a pretty good day at work. I'm not going to argue. Much nicer sitting on a golf course than in an office.
Right. I've thought about that question after I saw the question, and like to me, it's like it would be a blend. Like I love the drafting table, like sitting at my table and letting the creative juices flow and just pencil to paper and sketch something, erase something, sketch it to the point that you really like it, go back and refine it. So it would be a blend of like half a day doing that and then a half a day of like being here, like being in the dirt. I lightly operate some of the equipment like once in a while, and I love doing that because it's like a totally free your mind type of thing. I don't have to think about anything else except for like right there at that task. But I love being out in the dirt and like helping watch this evolve or helping assist it. So it's a blend of those two.
For you, what's the greatest compliment you could receive about one of your golf course designs?
A few words come to mind, like fun. Like I want it to be fun, and I want it to be fun. Like another compliment would be my whole family played and we played together. There was a tee for everybody and we all had a great time and we had fun. I mean, that would be the ultimate compliment, I think. Another one that's really important to me is beauty. Like somebody, they may not inherently know what it was or what happened or that created that feeling, but I want them to walk away or at least on every hole feel like that they're in this beautiful kind of oasis, tranquil setting that's serene and just peaceful, and it's a separation from like the rest of the world or the world that we live in. So those things really like playability, fun, and just like this feeling of being somewhere special that's beautiful.
Excellent. This may be a tough question because you sound like you love what you do what you love. But if you weren't a golf course designer, what would Chris be doing right now?
I don't know. There's a few things. Like I think it would have to be something being creative, like something where I'm creating something. To be honest, it'd probably get monotonous, but I would love just to drive a piece of equipment like all day long and do that for a while, and that would be a lot of fun. But building something like a carpenter or a woodworker or an architect, building architect, but something where I'm creating, evolving something. Another thing that's an interest to me, I don't do a lot of it, but I still feel like it's a extension of art, is like I would love to like be a chef or something like that, like cook, because I think it's so cool like what they do, and because like what they create for you as a consumer to eat is very similar to what I'm trying to create here on this golf course, this experience.
Do you ever get to go out and play? I mean, do you get to go out and enjoy?
Yeah, Nicole and I play quite a bit in the summer. I mean, we can't really play in the winter. The club that we're members at has simulators inside, so we've done that several times this winter, but I typically try to play at least twice a week. I mean, if there's a bonus week, it's 3 times, but a couple of times. I carry about a 12 handicap, so I'm okay. And I've been much higher at points in my life and a little bit lower. I'm not ever lower, like below a 10 handicap, but I understand the perspective of like, really struggling to playing a little bit better as far as like what people encounter.
Well, as they say, good writers, they have to be good readers. So I'm sure designers have to be players as well to have that appreciation.
Yeah, and I try to visit and see as many golf courses as I can. Like last year, somebody asked me, and I forget, but like we went to Ireland and we played 3 golf courses over there. We went to the British Open, and I've been to St. Andrews before. Last fall, I went to Rhode Island for our Professional Golf Course Architect Society meeting where I saw 3 golf courses. And so I'm constantly like trying to go and see, it's inspiration for me. It's just looking at other stuff.
All right, Chris, we want to thank you for taking the time over the last, it's June we started, so about 9 months when we first were out there hitting at the first ball event.
Right.
Again, I want to thank you for all you've been able to contribute and help people understand the vision and what's being established here.
Right. No, thank you, John. I mean, first and foremost, thank you to my client, Kolter Homes, for giving me this opportunity, for entrusting me and trusting our team to put this together. I mean, it's a big project. I mean, as far as, scale of what's here. So it's been a great opportunity for me to really kind of take their vision and like put it on the ground and create like something that was really special. I look forward to the feedback from the golfers. I love hearing the feedback, good and bad. I think it's really exciting for this area, this community, because it's one of the first golf courses in a long time that's been built around here. So I think there's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of interest. I've given tours of people that live over at PGA Village over here a couple times. It's totally different than what's over there. I think people are going to find a very playable, but also very challenging golf course at the same time. So I look forward to the people and the feedback and hopefully more opportunities with Kolter Homes.
For sure. Well, I look forward to seeing you at the grand opening next. Take care, you and Nicole. Hope you get some rounds in before then.
All right. Thank you, John.
Safe travels, man. Be well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.